This is Sonic, and you're watching JD Frank 20.
All right.
Woohoo!
What is up, everybody? Look, I really don't want to talk about this fucking game any more than you do, so let's just get to the meat and potatoes already. Sonic Dream Team, the what, the how, and why is it on Apple Arcade? Let's just cut to the meat and potatoes. What do I need to play Sonic Arcade, to play Apple Arcade? Might as well call it Sonic Arcade at this fucking point. You could also pay a total of $100, most likely, if you want to play this game. You will need to invest on an Apple TV device, obviously. The 4K model, 64GB model, which is currently at $130 at most retailers. And then you're going to have to invest on a controller if you have one or not already. So you don't have to include that expense. But if you want a controller, you're talking another $50. And plus a $7 monthly subscription fee for their service on Apple Arcade, which is similar to Netflix's subscription service. So when you add up all that total, it's going to cost you at least maybe $200 at most when you add up all the pieces together to play Sonic Dream Team cheaply. Keep that in mind. Quite frankly, I am not going to advertise this fucking game. I'm done with it already. You know, unless I can find a way that somebody can make an Apple emulator or some shit like that where it's accessible to everybody, I just don't care anymore. And the main reason why Sega made the game exclusive to Apple Arcade and other platforms like Android, here's the real reason. There are two things that define more modern game risk landscape. It's extremely risky of an environment that really only room for free-to-play software anymore. There really isn't no point in having your shit be available to open source. And number two, the Apple Play Store users statistically spend more than Google Play users. Alright, they're not wrong on that information right there. So basically, Apple Arcade ceased to exist in response to this. Customers, especially parents who want games without the constant hassle of sales, energy timers, and surprise microtransactions bills, can pay a single monthly fee for all the games in the library. Developers who Apple chooses to work with get a much more predictable paycheck and don't have to design their games around elaborate Skinner boxes and remain profitable. So they don't really need to go with loot boxes, in-app purchases that you despise, basically going the EA route in a way. That's fine. If Sega wants to go have their game exclusive for Apple Arcade, whatever. They're getting paid already. It doesn't matter at this point. They already see that basically there's no money in mobile gaming like there used to be. They're never going to make another Sonic Dash. They're never going to make, you know, a game of that caliber ever again where it's held up in time. Because every other trash mobile game they made in the past, you've seen which ones I'm talking about. They never held up in value, and most of them have even been profitable or they lost their hype. Sonic Dash, for some reason, has held its hype for 10 straight years, and it's still going. So if they want, and they realize, you know what, they find no purpose in the Android marketplace because they realize what's the point. Plus, they're just going to make a side load, an APK file. You're going to have hackers and modders ruin the experience, so why even bother? So, of course, Sega decided just to go with Apple Arcade, which is understandable. Look, Sega is a fucking corporation, alright? They're a slave to the shareholders. They made the decision to make money. It's understandable. We, the fans, we could support them or not. If you want to get the game, go ahead. I left the instructions right there, what you have to do to get this damn game. If you don't want to support them, that's fine too. It's nothing more than a spin-off game anyways. There's the lore, none of that nonsense is going to be canon anyways. You know, Sega should be focusing on the bigger picture, which is the mainline 3D and 2D games. That's all I care about. I will not be supporting this game at all unless there's going to be a competent way to play it without going through these fucking bullshit paywalls. That's all I have to say about this whole situation. Have a good day. Bye.